And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a wall protecting us from Mexico because they're all druggos over there. And you know how I'm going to do it? I'm going to do it with my small loan of $1 million.
I'm just going to stop you right there.
How dare you?
I'm just going to stop you right there. Shut up. No one cares. Stop being president. Stop running for president. That's for Obama.
That's for Obamacare.
Thanks, Obama. You're making me hit Donald Trump.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Radio Carrum's The Other Guys. I am Jackson or Tony.
And I'm Tristin. My hand hurts, and I'm also Al Capone. Thanks, Obama.
Then we have Kieren.
God damn it.
Can't talk. And Tristan's just opened his food and it's gone everywhere.
Thanks,
Stitch. Thanks, Stitch.
That was
and
different.
E.T. That was a cross between E.T. and Stitch.
Good job, both of you.
Yeah. And we got Spock as well for some reason. Giving the Vulcan death grip or the Vulcan other grip, which I cannot talk about on air.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another week of Radio Carrum's
The Other Guys.
I'm
We also
eating my
have our special guest star, Declan.
Who I think is a permanent person on the show.
And he's also blind, so we got to give him a clap anyway.
It's all right, Jackson.
Wait, hold up.
He can't hear very much.
Hold up. I'm not just... Giving him the clap, or are we giving him a clap?
Both.
That was
okay.
unnecessary.
It's actually a ceremony that we do here now.
Yeah, that's why Jack left, and same with Brendan.
Yeah, and Luke.
Funny enough, I have a story to tell. Before we get on to today's list of things to do, Brendan is in my TAFE class.
Oh!
Yeah, he actually... Did you know he actually got that scholarship?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in your TAFE class. I would have seen him the other night.
He's in the same TAFE class, so...
Yeah, I would have seen him.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Tell him that I'm around the corner. I want to see him. I want to say hi.
I'm in like A19 or something.
Yeah, I'm in 218.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll tell him, man.
Anyway, so now everyone knows what classes we've got where. They can all come and massacre us for some reason.
Yay!
Yay! So,
By the way, everyone, it's blooming hot.
yeah,
It is.
it's incredibly hot, so we're going to get right to the point. Declan and Kieren are going to start off with Deadpool, their review of Deadpool, which means I'm going to step out for 5 minutes. I'm actually going to set a timer, and then we're going to... Yeah, Tristan's going to set a timer, then he's going to knock on the window and come and get me.
I'm going to set a timer for these filthy casuals.
What's going to happen?
Also, we are going to be playing... I also got a review planned up. We're going to talk about the Oscars and some guy named Jack Irish. So, everybody...
Everyone, I'll see you back in 5.
We were starting the Deadpool review because of you filthy... We're going to start the filthy casual review of Deadpool the movie and not the comic books. I'm sorry, but both of you are casuals because you have not read the comic books. In Declan's defense, he does not know where to get them. Kieren, on the other hand,
Kieran's
still a filthy casual.
Kieran's just Kieren.
You're still a filthy casual. All right, guys, your 5-minute review starts now.
Well, okay. Deadpool is definitely the best movie I've seen. The best hero, anti-hero, villain sort of movie.
You want me to explain Deadpool's character for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, Deadpool. Where does it begin? He started out...
Special Forces.
He started off as just a normal person. He then wasn't he recommended to do weapon... he was put into the Weapon X program, which turned...
Well, that's different to what the movie played it out as. He was diagnosed with, I think it was...
With the cancer.
Yeah,
it was a cancer.
Sorry,
of some
that's
form.
the same in the comic books. That's
okay.
And
I just couldn't remember. Sorry.
So he was tricked into basically
Becoming-
curing his cancer, and then
becoming...
the end of it basically was they pushed him
mutant.
to his limits because that's what they
pushed
had to
him
do
through his human physically possible limits
to
by pretty much giving him
next to no air. Actually, 20% oxygen.
like
What they gave him in a tube.
In the movie, that is what it is, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he becomes this auto-regenerable, like...
Yeah, well, we're getting to
Man.
that. You're just, like, skipping, like, 10
Yeah.
steps or
Well,
whatnot.
we're not supposed to, like, go in depth. This is 5 minutes we
Yeah.
have. It's just pretty much after the Weapon X thing, he finds out that he has, like, auto-regeneration powers. So he can pretty much have his head cut clean off, his body blown to smithereens, and he'd still be alive.
Yeah. And, well, I must say, Marvel always had humor in their movies. Just look at the Avengers.
They've also had better superheroes and anti-heroes.
Yeah,
Burn to DC.
Yeah. It's also more kid-friendly, considering DC's, like, all dark and
Except
you can
for
barely
Deadpool.
except for you can barely ever see what's going on.
Got a point there.
DC movies, it's all just too dark.
And the action scenes are better.
And, like, we all know Marvel's Avengers humor, how they're all giving each other hell,
Yep.
cap swearing, so they're going through that throughout the entire movie.
Yep.
Speaking of Avengers, can't wait for Civil War.
Yeah, it's coming out the weekend before my birthday, which I might go see.
April 28th for Australia.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Ah.
And
it was confirmed back, like, last year. It was May 6th.
Yeah, no, apparently it's April 28th when that's what the trailer showed when I went to see Deadpool. But
Right.
anyways, that's Avengers, not Deadpool. Deadpool, it's got a lot of different humor.
Very
Dark
dark
humor.
and adult humor. That's why the movie is rated R everywhere.
Actually, it's MA here.
Yeah.
No, it's rated R.
No, it's MA.
No, it's MA
actually.
here.
Shit.
It's MA
That's
here.
the only way we've been able to see it.
Really? I thought it was rated R. I swear to God.
It's R everywhere else,
Yeah.
but not here.
Anyway, if you plan to take your kids to see it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah,
No, don't.
definitely not.
It is not child friendly. This is not another Marvel superhero movie. This is an anti-hero movie. Specifically on the word anti-hero.
On that
To the
note,
parents who
he's-
do not look at the ratings on movies or game covers, MA15 plus. Yes, you do give your child consent to go see it, but that does not mean it's necessarily appropriate.
Yeah, that one's definitely not.
This is
Although
applied
I-
here.
Although I
Very
do...
applied.
Although I would like to know, considering that X-Men actually want him to join them, and later on down the track, spoiler alert, X-Men are actually going to be becoming a part of Avengers
Yeah,
later on
it's
down the track.
because
So
it's because of the Civil War storyline. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that when the movie
Yeah.
comes
and,
out. Because
but it's going to be interesting to see that if Deadpool does actually turn up in all that, how they're going to actually tone down his character to be more
he most
family friendly.
he
But
most
I
likely
doubt he'll
won't.
actually
Yeah,
be in
probably
there.
not.
He most likely will not appear in the movie because he does not in a later different arc in the comics. He joins the X-Men.
Yeah,
so
well, it all depends
the
on
X-Men,
what arc of the comics, because there are two versions
X-Men-
of the comics, actually.
the
Minimal.
I think the Jack Kirby and another one, the other writer for it. That's the X-Men we see now. So there's a whole nother storyline where Deadpool does join the X-Men, and the Jack Kirby or whatever run that is what you see in the movies. So Deadpool is not going to be in the Avengers Civil War movie. It is going to have the X-Men. If they go by comic book logic, it's going to have the normal X-Men. It's going to have the Fantastic Four. It's going to have Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. I think that's about it. Ant-Man.
Well, rumours have been flying around about that, actually. And they're not necessarily nice ones, to the point that if your kids actually love seeing the entire Avengers team, maybe go see Civil War before they do.
Yeah.
Because there is actually looking like there's going to be a massive plot twist, and I don't think I should say any more.
Well, I already know what's going to happen, because I've read the whole Civil War storyline, so I already know what happens.
Okay.
That is Avengers, though.
So, but yeah, Deadpool, very good, wouldn't you say?
It was very good. All of the humor was definitely necessary.
That it was. I mean, it's true to Deadpool's character, and through the comic books, they've portrayed him very, very well. I must say, me and my mother, we went to see it together because we didn't have my brother and sister around, and I was supposed to be at cadets, but they kind of cancelled contractors. Yay. All right.
But
There are some points when he's kind of like a little child with
Pretty much.
the...
fully grown child with like a baby's hand.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyways,
we
What I was
gotta.
gonna say, we're normally not very. We normally
Yeah.
don't like blood and gore movies, but it actually
that
had
was
comedy and
actually
humor
really good.
running through the entire thing. Which
Okay.
All right,
better.
guys. What would you rate it, Declan? Out of 10?
I would actually say probably a 9.5 out of 10. That was
Alright.
really good.
Kieran?
10.
Alrighty, a 10. Full 10 and 9.5. That seems pretty good. And I shall go get Tony because
He's worth it.
L'Oreal.
And Tony is back. Here he is. Here he is.
He's
Hi,
coming,
Tony.
He's coming slowly though, like
Yes,
very
Tony.
slowly. You know, just
Excuses for going off schedule.
Baby, come back.
It's okay.
Alright, now that we've got Deadpool off the list, I'm gonna take the microphone with me. I am the on the foot reporter, Tristin Brennan. We just scratched off Deadpool from the list. Now, it's my review, so I'm gonna sit back down. Sit back down. I shouldn't have got up in the first place. Anyway, recently, the last few days, I purchased myself a PlayStation Vita. I did this by selling my Nintendo 3DS and my Xbox 360. Let me repeat this. I wasn't sure if it was coming up on the mic. I sold my 360 and my 3DS. I know, I'm sorry. I got bored with my 360. I got bored of it. I had no games for it. All my games were digitally. And I just stopped playing video games on my Xbox. I wanted something more.
I'd have loved to have had that Xbox. But anyways,
So, I sold that and my 3DS, and I bought a PlayStation Vita. Now, this console came out in 2013. 3 years later, it's still a good console. It's an amazing handheld with an amazing line of games. Right now, I have Minecraft for the PlayStation Vita and Little Big Planet, as well as all 3 Spyro games. The Vita catalog is Jesus Christ. It's huge. You can play PSP games, like PlayStation 1 games. It's amazing. Anyway.
it's actually outlasted the original PSPs.
Yeah, it did.
They went downhill pretty fast as far as I remember.
That
It's
they
just, like,
did.
Still going.
Yeah. Though Sony has stopped producing them, games are still being made. So, all in all, it's going to be a very good system. There's going to be an Attack on Titan game, some other games too. A Lego Star Wars Force Awakens game. That comes out in June. I'm going to get it.
Did you say Lego Star Wars Force Awakens?
Yes.
Oh.
A Lego Star Wars Force
Ooh.
Awakens game.
Whoa.
That's coming out on PS Vita, I think PS4 and Xbox One, which I'm going to review. I'm going to get it and review it. It's going to be good, hopefully.
I want to play it with you.
We will. We will play it together, Jackson. We will play it together. And we will both give our view on the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, to make a long story short, my review of the PlayStation Vita, let's see. What would I rate it? A 10. A solid 10. For a console that's 3 years old, for a handheld that's 3 years old, it's pretty amazing.
Well done.
And on Foot Reporter again, scratching off PlayStation Vita.
All
Now
right.
we talk about the Oscars.
Actually,
That'll
on
be the second last thing we'll do.
On the topic of games, I've been playing a lot of Just Cause 2 lately, and I've learnt a lot about wind turbines and cars. And
We'll have to share about that next
and
episode.
grapple hooks. But just quickly too, apparently I'm pretty sure you like Mass Effect, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, well that's the next one of that's been delayed till Q1 2016. Q1 2017. So that's been delayed
Well, a delayed game makes a good game.
a bit more, and obviously they're having a bit of trouble with the new Frostbite 3 engine that they've never used before.
Anyway.
And also, too quickly, Halo Follower on YouTube has actually started up another competition like they did with Halo 5 Guardians, where you can win a Halo Wars game once a month.
That's not too bad.
You just got to do a couple of different bits and pieces. It'll say it on the website, halofollower.com. And every now and again it may be, I don't know, maybe a limited edition one or a collector's edition one, but they only just got it started last month.
It's not too bad. Anyway, what do you want to talk about now, Jackson?
All right. Well, I'm going to
Jack
give my quick review of Jack Irish.
Okay.
Now, Jack Irish is a sort of drama show on the ABC at the moment. It's still got 2 episodes to go.
Ooh.
And I found it to be really, really good in the last few weeks, from start to episode 1 to episode 4. which came out last night.
Wait, how many episodes are there?
6. It's like a mini-series.
Jeez.
It's like a normal... Well, it's really a mini-series over in America is 6 episodes, but for us it's a normal series.
No.
It is for us. We don't have 13 episode series.
Miniseries is like freaking 20 for me. Miniseries is like 20, 25.
20 episodes.
Yeah. 6 episodes for me does not give enough
Anyway.
character development.
You'd be surprised in this series. It's actually...
Is it like an hour long? Each episode's like an hour long?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I might like it. Because I'm kind of like...
Anyway, so it's on... So you can check them out on ABC iView at the moment. I thoroughly suggest that you should go see the series.
Alrighty.
There were a bunch of telly movies that came out a couple of years ago, which is what they're also based off.
Alright.
Based off a series of books called Jack Irish with different titles for the books. Anyway, so I think you should watch it. For the moment, it's a solid 9. Solid 9 at the moment.
Solid 9?
And I think it's definitely worth watching.
Liquid
Alright.
9?
Liquid 9, yeah.
Gaseous 9.
It's a bit
Cloud nine.
oozy.
Gracias. Okay.
We're not talking about
Scratch off Jack Irish and Jackson. You might want to talk a bit closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
So, G.
So in the meantime, I've been beginning to read the Walking Dead comic. I began from season 6, episode 9, which is that episode in the series.
I'd suggest suggest reading if you can. Read from the start.
Which is I don't want to read from the start. I don't want to read.
It's worth.
So So I started from like issue 79, and I'm up to like issue 90 now.
That's pretty good.
And
man.
I'm actually really thoroughly enjoying.
Now all you got to do is read the Spider-Man comics.
I'm not reading Spider-Man. I don't like Spider-Man.
Iron Man then.
No.
X-Men.
No.
Fantastic
No.
Four.
Who does like Spider-Man anyway?
Me.
A lot of people
Get out.
just have a
Get
lot of bad
out.
things.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
All right.
Actually, it used to be my childhood favorite.
We can tell. Venom.
Yep, the Venom T-shirt.
Okay.
Also got a Spider-Man keychain thing. Got a bunch of Spider-Man comics at home. Do a review on those when I finish reading all of them. Anyway.
So we're gonna talk. First of all, we're gonna talk about the Oscars, and then we're gonna call them out.
And hold up. Before anything, there's one thing we forgot.
What?
Put the microphone down. Drop the microphone. Stop the presses.
Let me guess. Movies in a minute. Scumbag of the week.
Let's go back to
I quit.
But movies in a minute. Our tradition. We forgot about that.
And we're gonna do a proper full round. We're gonna all of us are gonna talk about a specific movie or TV or game.
I don't know very much these days.
Good for you. Good for you, Declan. You're obviously gonna win.
Awesome. What do I win? Not that jar that you got the other day.
No, you're gonna win that jar. You're gonna win that jar.
No. I will make sure
He wouldn't use it.
Yeah,
No, he wouldn't.
That's my clock.
That is a very, very good drawing there, Tristin.
Oh, you'd know.
Sort of
It
works.
kind of like reminds me of those
Anyway,
cookie clocks.
No, that's
going
okay.
on-
He can't see it.
Yeah, exactly. So going on with the Oscars,
I will get you.
Rip Declan 2016.
I think I should take over for a second.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Since I am the meme lord of the show.
No more Leo.
No more Leonardo da Vinci memes. No more Da Vinci memes.
No more
Da Vinci.
Leonardo, no Oscar memes.
Yeah.
He finally did it, guys.
Anyway, so the
Leonardo
biggest thing.
DiCaprio did it.
So the biggest thing in the night, according to everyone, is that Leo won an Oscar, which is a big thing. But I reckon the bigger thing is the fact that for the first time in about 40 years, a director has won a back-to-back Oscar.
Wow.
Wait, are you rustling my jimmies?
Yeah. So this year, director Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, a Mexican director, won the award for Best Director for The Revenant. He also won the award for Best Director for Birdman last year. So this is the first time in about 40 years he's actually swept the Oscars and done a back-to-back win.
Good on him.
So congratulations on him. It's almost a record breaker. Also, I didn't know this, but if I ever go to the Oscars or something and I want to give a award-winning speech, I want to give the shortest speech ever. And according to the Oscars, the Academy Awards, the shortest speech is 2 words, and that's thank you. I'm going to shorten that and say cheers. And walk off stage.
Well, Jackson, you've just
That's my plan.
Just revealed your whole entire plan.
Yeah.
So you're screwed.
Yeah. Also, congratulations to Spotlight, who won Best Film, which I haven't seen Spotlight, but I really want to. And on top of that, congratulations to Mad Max, who won 6 Academy Awards for their film Mad Max Fury Road.
That's crazy.
On that subject of Mad Max, what did you think of Mad Max?
I love Mad Max. My parents didn't. I watched it with them, and then
my mom watched it.
It's weird.
My mom liked it.
Yeah, they didn't like it because there wasn't really much talk. It's virtually an action movie. It is just an action movie with about 4 lines of dialogue.
You could say there wasn't much Mad Max.
Oh god.
Too much Max, not enough Max.
So now let's get on to the call-outs.
I wonder if this table likes being slapped by Tristin. Like, he does it quite a lot.
So,
it's my girlfriend. That's who I'm seeing this weekend.
Tinder. That's Tinder for you. So going on to the call-outs with the Oscars, we've got a massive problem, which are hashtag Oscars so white. Now, this is the problem where no black person was nominated for an Academy Award. Now, hear this. Not one, we're talking about nominated. Not one black person was nominated for an Academy Award. Which
sounds like white Australia.
Yeah, which clearly is a big problem.
The white Australian policy.
However, the way they handled it was really, really bad. For example...
we're sweating. We're sweating here.
Yeah, I'll just come out and say it seriously that the reason why no black person was nominated isn't because that there were no black people in good movies. I'm saying it because there was a massive problem with the people who actually nominated all the categories in the Oscars. The majority of the people who nominate people in the Oscars are basically middle-aged white men, and there's only about 2 women and like a black man on the board. I don't think there's even a black man on the Academy board who nominate the movies. So you can tell there's a big problem. If they had more diversity and stuff, they'd be nominating more black people. Now the other problem is as well, they got Chris Rock, who's also black, to host the Oscars, and he actually addressed it saying that we've got bigger things to protest about, and I actually agree with that. That we all need equality, and so it's not just feminism, because feminism is completely wrong. Feminism is where females want all rights.
All rights, and males have none.
Males have none. And I'm going to come out and say I don't believe in feminism, but I don't believe in in male domination either. I simply believe in equality and that everyone should be equal and everyone should have a chance to live and survive. So,
amen.
So when it comes to the Oscar nominations, I believe that black people should be nominated more.
They should. Yes, definitely.
And females should be, nominated more as
Jackson's got the right idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's...
I have a feeling that like more black directors, more coloured directors, and more female directors should have a more funding. They should have a bigger chance than...
Not because... they should have more funding.
Because 89% of all directors who are currently working are white men.
Yeah.
Are white males.
More people who are of colored descent or that are of the opposite gender should have more.
Yeah.
Who should have more funding.
It should be 50-50.
Not because of equality.
Yeah.
We're all humans here. It's not what makes the person. It's not what defines the outside appearance. It's what defines.
For example, 1% of roles there were only 1% of roles in 2015 movies for Latina, for people who are of a Latina background, and the problem with that is that that shouldn't be right, because Latinas make up for 17% of America's population. And so they should have, like I keep saying, equality. That's what we need right now.
Anyway.
It's like The Force Awakens. There was a whole lot of people just going
a lot of people lost
stormtrooper being black.
Lost their S because Finn was black.
Yeah.
That is really bad.
It's racist.
We know there's a problem with America, and we know there's a problem with the Oscars, and we know there's a problem with racism, and it needs to be sorted.
Anyway, people,
equality.
Let's get off this subject quickly.
Yeah, let's move on a lighter note. Cardinal Pal.
Oh God.
No. We'll say that for last. Let's do movies in a minute.
Everyone say it with me.
Movies
in a minute.
All right. Who's gonna
hit those notes.
Who's gonna start off?
Okay. I nominate. I nominate. It's Kieren.
Okay, Kieren. What movie do you think you should do?
Deadpool.
Yeah, I was going to say Deadpool.
Okay, you gotta give. Okay,
A live pool.
You
A
gotta
live
give,
pool.
You gotta
Oh,
give a spoiler-free version of.
spoiler free. Damn it!
Would he be like the?
Actually, no. You can spoil it.
Okay.
Right? Spoiler it, but I can't.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, but I
Okay.
can't. So Tristan's got to set it. Okay.
Your minute, Kieren,
Hold on. I gotta be outside.
starts.
Bye, Jackson.
Let's set this to a stopwatch split timer. We want it.
10 minutes, please.
No, not 10 minutes. We're just going stopwatch, okay?
Damn it.
Ready, set, go.
Okay, Deadpool. He's an anti-villain and he kills all the bad guys. So, he starts off and he's...
Anti-hero.
Huh?
You said anti-villain.
Anti-hero,
It's the same thing.
Same
right?
thing. They kind of cancel each other out. Anyway, he starts off, he's all killing bad guys, and then he's having flashbacks to before when he had a girlfriend, then he decides to marry his girlfriend, and then he gets cancer, and then he has to go through a whole lot of pain, and then he becomes practically immortal.
And becomes Deadpool.
Wolverine.
That's another count.
That's another
Anyway,
story. Anyway, throughout the movie, there is a whole of Hugh Jackman, literally, and
10 seconds.
he ends up finding the bad guy that screwed up his life for him, or he thinks screwed up his
6,
life for him.
5.
He saves his girlfriend,
4,
and then he kills him
3,
with a gun,
2,
and he makes
1.
the metal guy puke.
Dead. Deadpool. And that is Deadpool in a minute. Jackson, come on back.
Colossus pukes.
I normally wouldn't say this, but don't swallow.
I never say this, but don't swallow.
All right. Now, Kieren, you get to nominate. Now that you.
Let's just wait for Jackson to return.
All right. That is done. Now let's nominate someone else.
Yep.
Karen, it's Kieren's turn to nominate.
Your turn to nominate, Kieren.
I nominate.
Oh no, not this.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald to
Trump.
give me a.
Donald Trump's entire campaign.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Shots fired. Anyway, boys.
Quickly,
Kieren.
I nominate Jackson.
Okay,
what
Jackson.
movie?
Pick one. In this corner, Jackson Alexander. And the movie. And the movie.
Come on, Kieren.
And the movie.
And the movie.
And the movie.
Karen, come on. We ain't got all day.
Jack Irish.
Jack Irish is in a movie, but
Oh.
we'll make an exception.
Yeah,
Yes!
At the start, you did say movie, TV show, or game.
Well, which
so-
one? There's like 3 of them.
All of them.
Oh God. Okay.
Let's get ready to rumble.
okay.
Let's
Jackson.
get ready to rumble.
Jackson. Yes. Yes. Okay. You have 3 minutes. You have 1 minute to describe all 3 Jack Irish movies. So, Dead Point, Bad Debts, and Black Tide. Okay.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Ready?
3,
Okay.
2, 1. Your time starts now.
Okay, so it starts off with Jack Irish. He's a criminal lawyer, and basically what happens is on one unfortunate day, his wife gets killed in bad debts, and then like years later after that, he ends up solving this really weird kind of pedophile thing in within like a church and an orphanage and inside the government and stuff. And it's all a criminal conspiracy, and he hooks up with this journalist called Linda Hillier in the first one, and basically it's really, really creepy. There are bodies everywhere and stuff. So that's basically the first one. In the second one, same. He's going after this other guy who is his name is Gary
20
Connors.
seconds.
And basically, he took money from his father, who was a footballer of his father. His father died previously in a pub brawl, and what happened was that He ends up finding the money, but he gets killed
9,
and stuff. And then the third
8,
one
7,
is
6,
it's a weird sex
5,
club and stuff,
4,
and he's going
3,
after like this guy who stole
2,
cocaine in a book.
1.
And basically that's the movies.
Your time stops.
Oh, that was so rubbish.
And now Jackson.
It's hard to explain because it's Australian.
Once
again, shots
Because I'm going to get so
fired.
much backlash from ABC. They're going to come at me with a helicopter.
All right, everyone. That
Brennan
is the
Bishop.
end of our show. That is the end of our show,
Jackson.
ladies
You gotta
and
do that
gentlemen.
one.
No, we
Jackson.
don't have time.
Jackson.
We
I'll
do.
just borrow
Okay.
Bronwyn Bishop's.
All right,
Hang on.
Jackson, it's your time to nominate Declan.
Okay.
We're
Declan.
decided.
It's funny because it's 4:33.
Yeah. I
We fine.
nominate you
Uh-oh.
to review or give us an insight for a minute into Just Cause 2.
Oh dear, well you know how that
In this
And you've
corner,
got to do it without swearing and everything. Are you ready?
in this
That's
corner,
easy.
Set. You have one minute. Ready? Set and go.
Alright, so Just Cause 2 is basically a numbed down version of Grand Theft Auto, but at the same time it's still good fun because, well, who doesn't love grapple hooks and cars that, you know, when you sit on the top of them, grapple hook one side to the car and then the other side of the grapple hook to a bridge and it all of a sudden does like 5 different flips. And, well, yeah, basically the whole aim of the game is to go around, just blow everything up. And that's pretty much it. You have a wide array of, wow.
go through the story. You're not going to go through the story.
Well, the story is basically you're working for an agency and you get sent to Panau to go a fictional country to go find a rogue, well, a suspected rogue agent who turns out to be heavily undercover due to the corrupt Panau government.
2, 1, and dead.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I ordered pizza.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been
Let's
the
get
show.
the pizza.
That has been our show this week of the Radio Cam's
Pizza
other
wine.
guys.
And before we go, we're going to end it on a wonderful song by Tim
There's a
Minchin.
star man waiting in the
We're going to
sky.
end on a wonderful song by Tim Minchin.
You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I feel like I was just
Okay.
watching Wally for a
Here we
bit
go.
then.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time for another episode of Radio Carrum's The Other Guys. Thank you. You've been such a great
See you
audience.
guys.
Goodbye.